Good, good, good. We're up and running. Yeah, so I've been away for a while. Due to reasons, everything is good. I'm super excited to stream again. I think it's hard for me to keep a regular schedule, unfortunately. That's just how it is. I guess it goes up and down in periods where you have the ability and the time, and sometimes you don't. But that's life. We just have to do what we can. And yeah, I think consistency under your circumstances is the important thing. So yeah, just back on it. And I've been away for a while. Like I've been doing some development on this project off stream for quite a bit. Feature wise, there's not really anything new, but I've been just playing around with refactoring, like understanding new concepts. Like, for example, I did some refactoring in regards to how nodes or how components communicate. So previously there was this thing where like the character could have nodes on it and it could like change the data on the nodes, but then the nodes, like the components themselves, the children could also go up and like access and write data upwards. Right now I'm trying to refactor that so that that does not happen. Only the parents should have the access to write, but then the children, they can like notify on an event bus what's going on, and then the parents can do what they want with that. Something like this here is what I have in my mind right now. Where, for example, this is a character, and then it has different components like player input manager. And the player input manager can say, oh, there's a new target, or like I clicked on something. That's a message. What happens with that message? Well, that's not up to the input manager to decide. However, the state machine wants to have this information, so it can start listening for that event. It's like, oh, I got a new target. What should I do with that? And that's up to the state machine to decide. And then it might emit, oh, I changed state. Maybe someone else is interested in that. Yeah, turns out the animation player is interested because like if you change state from being idle to, let's say, walking, then yeah, that's going to impact the animation player. The animation player want to play an animation based on your state and so on. Like if you take damage, health knows that you're taking damage. Does someone want to do anything with that? Oh, turns out the state machine might want this information, and so on. So yeah, that's kind of the thing I'm going for. And there's a lot of refactoring going on right now. So that's a little bit of a preamble to this session. I also started carnivore diet again. I'm on and off the carnivore diet a lot, but I just feel better when I'm following it. So I'm doing it right now and I feel my energy is a lot better. Am I using this now? Switch state signal. This should use the entity event bus. I mean, this should not happen here. This is a big mix of responsibilities. So that was an error I did in my previous code. Like, why does the state machine make the floating health bar invisible? That should not be the case. This should move to the floating health bar script, subscribe to the signal there. Like, why does this happen here? Character die signal emit. I'll remove this for now. So we have the character body, and the character body might... Let's see, what did we do with health? By the way, am I up to date on Git? Yeah. More refactoring to use entity event bus. By the way, this can be removed. Yeah, so we have a health bar class here. This is the one that should just make itself invisible. Or even just queue free. No, let's make it invisible. This is one we should not have either. Take damage signal. That's bad. Oh, there needs to be a entity event bus here. Entity event bus dot subscribe. Take damage. Update floating health bar visuals. How do I hide this? To toggle sidebar, use layout controls on the top right. Ah, okay. And then what's the parent? Take damage. Yeah, we just need to up to subscribe to take damage. Yeah, what about the navigation agent? We need to do this if we want to keep it. Navigation obstacle. No, not add parent, just add child here. If, yeah, let's just do if not this instance is valid, do this. Die signal.emit. Do we use it anywhere? Die signal.emit. It's only here. Die signal connect. Right here we actually might need a proper die signal, but let's instead handle that on the player level. That's it, yeah. That's it. All right, where does it hang? Standing still physics update, yeah. Standing still target update. How does that work? I'm not really sure. I don't really know, actually. This is hard now. So because we're having idle, for example, and eating, if they are subscribed to switch state or new target, wait, that doesn't make sense actually. But if they are always like, they exist as their own components, they might execute stuff. They should only be allowed to execute stuff when they are the state. I think we're actually needing to, we need to do this on the, maybe we don't do this with inheritance. Or we can do it with inheritance, but we need to do it on the state machine level, I think. And this does not, it's not going to work because it's going to be to a specific object. This has to be self, actually. Target update. And then if we go to the character state, we do a func target update pass. And for we keep this one. For example, idle state, we then do func target update is standing still target update. And we do the same for the eating state. Why can I not call multiplayer is server here? Okay, this might have to be done in ready. Self. If state, if state dead, yeah, this needs to be a string. And same here, this is not gonna work. Turn invisible when dead. Turn invisible when dead. All right. Self, and then yeah, it's called emit now. Oh, it actually runs. Why is object config an int? Ah, because it's object type. Ah, that's why this doesn't work on the client side. Din object config. Does that get sent with the RPC? No, we probably want to send a path to the config or something. Wait, in main game we should probably have here. Which one is it? Like, can we just name them? Like a an enum or something, or like a mapping. So var config mapping. One is goblin config. And then we can do a function like func get config from ID, like that. What if we remove the object type? need to push this git status. I need to commit here before we make too many changes. Git add starting to remove object type on the RPC call. New object instance, that's a bug. Yeah, maybe I make an enum here actually. This would be enum object config player goblin. Maybe we change that in the new object instance. New object instance. What if we just send the ID? And then in here we do, oh, a new object instance. We do the, yeah, like that. Let's just call it enum to make it easier. All right, does that work? Character type. There is no character type now. I think the right thing to do here is put this in the config file instead. Mesh resource.mesh. Actually, we don't need that. We just need the path. And then we need to set these in the config. So for Goblin, and then for the player, and we can remove that. Do I not? What? Okay, good. Making progress here. Nameplate is not here. Yeah, it's not. Nameplate. Now we're talking, okay. So character states for some reason doesn't have the event bus. Entity event bus is there. Yeah, why don't they have an entity event bus? Is there something wrong with how we initialize them? Let's, if we go into idle state, We can try here print idle state entity event bus. It does have one. This one doesn't. Why? So the goblins get it, but not the player. So maybe that's a config issue then. Yeah, we need an event bus owner here. Otherwise, there will be no event bus. Are we not sending the object config? Probably not. What did I have there before? In main game. Object type. Was that something we used to have there? Object type. No, so where does that come from? There is something in the tick call, I think. Here. Object type, that's the one. Sup guys, didn't read the chat. I'm just making a like an RPG game, a pretty simple one. Sup Asparin, long time no see. How are you doing with your project? It's going pretty well. I've been doing some streaming, or not streaming, I've been doing some development off stream because I haven't really had time to stream. But now I'm doing some like major refactoring. I'm trying to implement a event bus for communication between components within a character instead of having everything like spaghetti code where it like writes up and down and left and right. No, it's not a lobby. Or what do you mean by a lobby? So for example, here is the character and all the green rectangles here are components. The yellow ones are signals that they emit, and the purple ones are signals that other components like subscribe to. Oh yeah, the multi-window. It is. So this is, I mean, it doesn't work now, the game fails, but yes, you can join and you can play it online. And the game is actually online right now on itch.io. But I haven't updated it in a long time now. When was the last time? 11 days ago, yeah. But this works, should work. What do you mean isn't in the description? So here. Yeah, it works. Very laggy for some reason. Wow. And so if you would go in here, you would also see me because this is online. So that's the game. But because of just code hygiene and because I like it, I'm trying to refactor it to make it a lot more modular and easy to change over time. Oh, you mean the link is not in the YouTube description? Yeah, maybe I could add it there. I'm gonna stop streaming soon anyway for this session, but yeah, that's a good idea. But anyway, so you have these like player input. Like let's say it says I have a new target. That's it. Like the input manager shouldn't do anything else. Like it shouldn't go and change stuff somewhere else. But the other components then have the ability to read that and say, oh, for example, the state machine, oh, there's a new target. Maybe I want to do something with that. Maybe I want to change my state. Good, but it doesn't go and like change things in other components, but it says, hey, I changed my state. And then, for example, the animation player can listen to that and be like, oh, he changed from idle to walking. Now I should play the walking animation. So that's kind of thing I'm trying to get working, and it's pretty fun. All right, I gotta close the stream now for this session. Gotta get to work. I love refactoring, actually. It's really fun. I learn a lot, like, about mistakes. Yeah, the diagramming is really good for, like, trying to grok what the heck is going on. I've used it a lot in this project for various things. Like how to make the chat work in the game. Like, hello, Baspari. Like how to get this chat to work. Stuff like that. I've used the diagrams a lot. Like respawns of NPCs. A lot of things. It's great. So yeah, if you're lucky, when you kill a goblin, you will get food. And you can eat it by pressing 1. And then you can see your strength XP down here to the left. So you can actually level up your XP. There is no saving yet, but that's something I want to add. So you can actually like come back and still have your progress, because now it's like bound to the session. And also there is no respawning, so if you die, you have to start over. All right. Cool, man. Thank you all for watching, and see you next time. Bye-bye. Have a good day.